Layoffs. It's a word we're hearing more often in today's economy. But there's one industry where it's hitting harder than others: fast food. Thousands of workers across the country are losing their jobs, and this trend is only getting worse. You might think of fast food as a safe, stable industry, but the truth is, it's facing some serious challenges right now. Today, we're diving into why fast food layoffs are skyrocketing, the forces driving these changes, and what it means for the workers behind the counter. So, let's take a closer look at what's really going on. In 2025 alone, layoffs in the fast food industry have reached alarming levels. We're talking about thousands of workers losing their jobs every single month. Fast food may have once been considered a recession-proof industry after all. People still need to eat, right? But the truth is, the sector is under serious strain, and it's not just due to the pandemic. Automation is taking over. Self-ordering kiosks, mobile apps, and robots are replacing human workers in many locations, making positions like cashiers and even cooks less necessary. But it's not just technology. Many fast food chains are cutting back on in-store staff to keep costs down, focusing more on delivery and takeout. And the impact? Jobs are being slashed, hours are being reduced, and workers are finding themselves with fewer opportunities. Big chains like McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King are all making adjustments to their workforce, and it's leaving thousands of employees in the lurch. Layoffs aren't just a few isolated incidents anymore, they're part of a wider trend that's reshaping the entire industry. So, what's really going on in the fast food industry? Why are so many workers being laid off? The truth is, it's a combination of factors that's hitting hard. First off, technology is changing the game. Fast food chains are embracing automation like never before. Self-ordering kiosks, which allow customers to place orders without interacting with a human cashier, are becoming more common in restaurants across the country. But it doesn't stop there. In some locations, robots are now flipping burgers and making fries, while AI systems are handling drive-thru orders. These advancements are making it cheaper for fast food chains to operate, but it also means fewer workers are needed. It's not just about technology in the kitchen. Delivery apps are changing the way fast food is delivered to customers. Services like Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash are booming, and chains are relying more on delivery drivers than in-store staff. As a result, many fast food locations are cutting back on the number of people they hire to work on-site. Another reason for the layoffs is financial pressure. Rising wages, higher rent, and increased food costs are squeezing fast food chains. These companies are being forced to find ways to reduce costs, and unfortunately, that means cutting jobs. When you put all these factors together, automation, delivery, and financial stress, it's clear why layoffs are becoming so common in the fast food sector. Workers are paying the price for a changing industry. Fast food chains are facing increasing financial pressure, and it's one of the major drivers behind the massive layoffs. Rising operational costs, including wages, rent, and ingredient prices, are squeezing profit margins. The cost of food has skyrocketed in recent years, from meat prices to the cost of packaging. Fast food chains, known for their tight margins, are struggling to keep up. To survive, many are looking for ways to cut costs, and that often means reducing staff. Additionally, the pressure to raise wages has forced chains to pay workers more. While this is good for employees, it also means higher labor costs that companies are finding harder to manage. Some chains have responded by reducing hours or cutting back on employee benefits in an effort to save money. On top of this, rents are rising in many urban areas, adding another strain to already overstretched budgets. Fast food chains are also facing stiff competition, especially as delivery services continue to gain popularity. With more people ordering food online than ever before, many chains are forced to invest in delivery technology and third-party apps. This shift towards delivery-only models has made it harder for traditional fast food models to survive without cutting costs elsewhere, especially in their labor force. When you add up all these factors, the rising cost of doing business, the pressure to increase wages, and the push to shift business models to match consumer demands, it's no surprise that fast food chains are laying off workers. The impact of these layoffs goes far beyond just the numbers. It's about real people who rely on these jobs to support themselves and their families. Fast food jobs are often the first step into the workforce for young people, immigrants, and those from underserved communities. For many, these positions provide a sense of financial stability, even if it's not glamorous. But with thousands of people losing their jobs, that stability is quickly fading. Workers who lose their jobs at fast food chains are often left with few options, especially when they don't have the skills or resources to transition into another industry. These jobs provide more than just a paycheck. For many, they offer healthcare benefits, flexible hours, and a community. Losing that support can be devastating. Take, for example, a single mother working as a cashier at McDonald's. For her, the job may be a lifeline not just for income, but for the healthcare coverage she relies on to care for her children. When she gets laid off, it's not just her paycheck that disappears. It's her ability to care for her family. And it's not just the employees themselves who suffer. The ripple effect of layoffs extends to entire communities. Fast food workers are the backbone of many local economies, especially in areas where other job opportunities are limited. When those jobs are gone, the economic hardship is felt by the entire neighborhood. Many workers find themselves without a safety net, scrambling to make ends meet with fewer hours or, worse, no job at all. The layoffs also take an emotional toll. Job loss is one of the most stressful experiences a person can go through, and for fast food workers who are already facing financial difficulties, it can lead to anxiety, depression, and a sense of hopelessness. This crisis is not just about losing jobs, it's about losing a sense of security, dignity, and opportunity. And for the workers who are left behind, the future feels uncertain and grim. So, what does the future hold for fast food jobs? Will automation completely take over, leaving human workers out in the cold? It's a valid concern, but the answer isn't as simple as it may seem. Automation is here to stay, there's no doubt about it. But that doesn't necessarily mean humans will be fully replaced. Many fast food chains are investing in technology to streamline operations and reduce labor costs. Self-ordering kiosks, robots that cook, and AI that takes orders are becoming more common, and this trend will likely continue. However, these technological advancements are also opening up new opportunities for workers in areas like maintenance, programming, and customer service roles that focus on overseeing the machines. While automation will change the nature of fast food work, it may not eliminate it entirely. In fact, some experts argue that the future of fast food jobs may involve a balance between technology and human interaction. Customers still want that personal touch, someone to help them with their order, offer recommendations, or resolve issues. Fast food chains may shift towards a model where technology handles the routine tasks, but workers focus on the parts of the experience that require a human touch. Additionally, as the fast food industry evolves, we could see new job opportunities emerge, particularly in fields related to technology and customer experience. It's also possible that companies will need to rethink their business models to retain employees, offering better pay and benefits to attract and keep workers. In the long term, the future of fast food work will likely be a combination of automation and human workers, each playing a vital role in keeping the industry running smoothly. Fast food workers aren't just sitting idly by as the industry undergoes major changes. In fact, many are organizing and demanding better working conditions. Across the country, there's a growing movement for fast food workers to unionize. The aim is to secure better wages, healthcare benefits, job security, and protection against layoffs. Workers are taking a stand against the growing trend of automation, pushing for more human-friendly policies that take into account the long-term impact on their jobs. This has led to strikes, protests, and public demonstrations, with employees from major chains like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's participating in walkouts to raise awareness. These actions are pushing companies to the negotiating table, demanding changes to labor practices that have been detrimental to employees. Union leaders argue that it's essential for workers to have a voice in how the industry changes, especially as automation becomes more prevalent. They believe that employees shouldn't be left behind in the rush for technological advancement. In addition to union efforts, there's also a push for legislation that supports workers' rights in the fast food industry. Some states have passed laws requiring fair wages and benefits, while others are working on bills to limit the impact of automation on job loss. While it's unclear how these efforts will ultimately affect the industry, one thing is certain: fast food workers are fighting back and making their voices heard. So, what does all of this mean for the future of fast food jobs? The reality is, the industry is undergoing a massive transformation. Automation and financial pressures are reshaping how fast food chains operate, and unfortunately, layoffs are becoming a major part of that shift. But it's not all bad news. While technology is replacing some jobs, it's also creating new opportunities in areas like tech support, maintenance, and customer service. The key is finding a balance between automation and human workers. For workers, it's crucial to continue fighting for better wages, job security, and protections against the negative impacts of automation. The future of fast food work may be uncertain, but one thing is clear: change is happening, and it's up to all of us to ensure that workers are not left behind